Hello guys and welcome back to another episode. So today we're going to talk about a new thing. So normally I talk about class guides and so on, but today we're actually going to cover Addon. So in World of Warcraft you can get the add-on called WeakAuras 2. WeakAuras 2. It is the second most downloaded add-on right now, popularity right now, because it can be really helpful. I will not say that it actually makes you, I will not say it makes you better, but it makes it easier for you to be better. It helps you with controlling how long time is it on your healings, damage over time abilities, and abilities you have active on yourself right now. So it's kind of helping you with the overview of, so you don't have to click here to look at all the small icons around your screen. It will basically help you knowing stuff when everything is ready. So should we just dive directly into it? So if we go to my game screen over here, so when you install WeakAuras 2 from whichever website you find it on, I know I use the Twitch desktop app. It automatically updates my add-ons and it's very easy to install new add-ons. So basically what I have to do after I install it is I have my icon up here on my minimap. It calls it WeakAuras and it's changing colors. It's changing colors all the time. You can see right now it's yellow and very soon it will change color again. So that's kind of funny effect. So what I can do is I can click on it and I get up this box here. From here I will be able to create different new profiles, or you can say new abilities that I want to highlight. So for example, you click on new here and then you have to choose one of these options. So I like always to create from template. Then I don't have to create all the settings from start. From template it's like it's helping you with just create easy stuff. So from template. So in this guide here, let's start to talk about the healing. So if you're playing healer, you probably want to be able to show, let's say you want to be able to show healing or time abilities on your teammates. So in this case I will choose icon and I want a small icon. And it's going to be a buff, so it's a buff for Resto Druids. And it's the Life Bloom. And I only want to see it on my screen when it's actually buffed. So if the target is buffed. Okay. Life Bloom, and I will call it target, because it's going to be the target that has the Life Bloom. So if I move it up here, you can see I have now the Life Bloom here. Oops, that was, oh crap, that was not the meaning. Let me just fix that. There we go. Okay, so now we have the Life Bloom icon here. You can basically drag and drop it around your screen and you can see the coordinates, how much up and down it is. You can also change it here if you want to really be picky and have it exactly in your screen, the same place. So you can, for example, say offset is 0 and to the X destination is 400. Then you're sure that it's the middle of the screen and it's 400 to the right. So I can close it. So now if I cast Life Bloom on anyone, so if I target this guy and cast Life Bloom, I will be able to see the spell here and I can actually see it's active. I can also target myself, cast Life Bloom, and I can see it's active. The thing is that I will not be able to see the icon when I'm actually not targeting them. So you can see right now it's showing nothing, but when it's active, if I for example cast it on myself, I can now see it, but if I target someone else, I'm not seeing it, even though it's active on me. That's because if I go into WeakAuras again and go into the trigger here, you can see right now it says it's the target, but I can actually also change it to player. That means now it will show it when it's active on myself. So for example, if you're playing a battleground and you want to be able to make sure that you always have your healing or time on yourself, you can basically put this on player and now you can just run around healing other people and still see I have actually the buff active. It's pretty smart. So if we open WeakAuras again, we can make a new profile, new from template, icon, default, buff, regrowth, show when buffed. And let's change it to player, and okay. So now every time I have regrowth active on myself, there's an icon here in the middle of the screen that of course I can drag it out here. And now I will be able to see every time I have regrowth active on myself, every time it's going off, I can recast it and get the healing over time. The same I can change it for instead of player, I can change it to target. And now I will only be seeing it if I actually target someone. So now I will be able to target the tank, for example, and I will be able to see it. I can also make it on my focus. So if I make focus on this guy, I can go in here, change it to my focus. There we go. Put the buff just above his head. And now when I use it, you can see now on my focus, I can see it. Also, you will be able as a healer to choose, you can see here, your arena mates, the boss, group, specific unit, multi-target, nameplate. You could also choose the group and then it will show every time someone in your group has it, for example. But you will also be, so in this case I want it to be target, and I can call it regrowth target. So now every time I use life bloom on a target and I use regrowth on a target, I'm now able to see it out here in the border. Let me just double check here. So you can see here, this one here makes it a bit bigger. There we go. So if I cast life bloom now on this guy, why is the life bloom hiding? There we go, target. There we go. So now I can see the life bloom on the target, and I can see the regrowth. So you can see here. And if I target someone else, it'll be gone, but then I can cast the heal on that guy also, and I'll be able to see them. So that's kind of what I can recommend for playing as a healer and you want to be able to see these options. For example, if you also wanted to for your DPS, so if I switch over to my balance rate, so now you would like to have it as seeing, so for example I have my debuffs, I have these 3 debuffs I can cast on the target, and of course I can see the debuffs up here, but I want to be able to see it on my screen so it's actually easier. So I'm learning a new thing now. So what I can do is I can say new, and this time we're going to create a dynamic group. So create a dynamic group and call it dots. So now in this dynamic group I can now click new, from template, icon, default, debuff. So not buff because it's not a healing, but it's a debuff. And I will use Sunfire, show and debuffed. Yep. Also a new again, from template, icon, default, debuff, Moonfire, show and debuffed. Yep. New from template, icon, default, debuff, Stellar Flare, show and debuffed. Now I will be able to drag and drop it into the dot group. There we go. Here you can see now inside my dynamic group, I now have Sunfire, Stellar Flare, Moonfire. I want Moonfire to be first, then Sunfire, and Stellar Flare. That means now, if let's drag this one out here. There we go. Move it up here. That means if I now use, for example, Stellar Flare on the target, I can see it. If I use my Sunfire, I can see it and it automatically pushes it up or down. And if I use Moonfire, it automatically pushes it down. So now I will be able to see all my 3 dots here on the right side. This is really, I must say, if I play a class where I have to keep up my dots, I would not use this. I would not use this. I would definitely use this. So I can see, okay, we actually have a good time active on this. So for the next part, we have the, the balance druid has the buffs. you have these lunar power empowerments. I want to be able to see when I actually have these lunar empowerments on myself. So I'm going to go in here now and create a new one from template, icon. Well, not icon actually. I want a progress texture. Default. And this time it's going to be a buff, and I want solar empowerment and show and buffed. And it's not going into the group. God damn it, don't make it to the group. No, I don't want to be in the group. Thank you. Okay, so now we have made this texture here. Now I can make a new one, new, from template, progress texture. In this case it will be right, buff, and lunar empowerment. And move it out here. There we go. So now if I use my star search, you will be seeing that the buffs I have active from the spells is now stored here on the right side and the left side. Let me just make a design that actually looks nice instead of this one here. Looks very bad. New progress. God damn it. New from template, progress, left, buff, solar, show and buffed. And what we can do here is to make sure, if you have OCD and you want to make sure that they are exactly in the same place, we can go in display and say it needs to be in 0 position, and this one needs to be 0 position. This one needs here to be 150 to the left, and this one needs to be 150 to the right. Then you're sure that they are actually exactly the same place on your screen on the right side. So now you can see that this one here is showing my lunar empowerment, and this one here is showing my solar empowerment. And if you're like, well, I cannot really see the difference between these two, well, how do I know which one is what? You can also go in on the design and actually change it. So right now it's how is it we change, here we choose it. So that is the effect right now, but I could change it so that the right side is going to be blue. There we go. So now you can see the right side is the lunar and the left one is the solar. I mean, this looks amazing. This is a nice, this looks really good. So if I play balance druid, I will definitely use this. It looks really cool. And okay, I know now that I can actually cast out these spells and I still have them active. Quite cool. And put up my debuffs. And there we go. I mean, what's not to like? And also, we could also put, I mean, when I use Starfall, we could also put out Starfall to see when it's active. Yeah. The last bit we could talk about is when you go, for example, tanking. So when you're going to tank, you would like to, if I clear that focus. When you do, for example, on the tank, I will be doing dots on the target, and I will be holding up Iron Fear to keep armor up. So what I would do here is I would probably go into WeakAuras. I would create a new from template. I would probably create a progress bar, horizontal bar, and it's going to be a buff, and it's going to be this Iron Fur, show and buffed. So now under my health, I could basically put it down. So if I get out of aggro, I could put it down here. There we go. And then we make a new one again. From template, icon. Well, no, the progress bar, vertical, debuff, trash, show and debuffed. So, and we will drop it over here. There we go. So now on the target, if I have trash active on it, I will be seeing trash here. So I can see when trash is actually getting off, and I will be able to always see it. And also, when I use Iron Fur, I will see it down here and see when it's going off. So if I want to have 100% uptime on Iron Fur, I can just look down here and use it now again. This will make it 100% easier for you as a tank to be able to maintain Iron Fur, because you don't have to look on the right top corner. You simply just have to look down here and make sure that you always have it active. It's quite easy. And I would also like to add Moonfire into this, because Moonfire is also a spell that is pretty nice to use. So I would say new, from template, progress, vertical, and debuff, Moonfire, show and debuffed. So what I could do now is I could go here, trash. So the trash one is set to 140. So my Moonfire needs to be on minus 140. And this one here is set to 122. So Moonfire would need to be a minus 122. There we go. Damn, it looks good. So now I will be able to cast Moonfire, I will be able to cast Trash, and I will be able to maintain my Iron Fur. So cast this, cast that, cast this, and Iron Fur. So with this I will now be able to hold up everything all the time now. That's pretty cool. So I really hope you are amazed right now, because this is good stuff. This is really good stuff. And of course, if you wanted, you could also bonus into this, add a new one from template, progress bar, horizontal, buff. We could use friend side regeneration, show and buffed. And then we could go into Iron Fur, put it to position 0. This one here would probably need to be 280. No, that's the wrong place. Minus 280. Nah, not enough. Minus 300. Minus 290. There we go. Amazing. So now if I get some rage, you can now see that when I use Iron Fur and Frenzied Regeneration, I will be seeing them both down here. Quite cool. So if you really want to be able to see all this fancy stuff on your targets, I can really recommend using this. It's quite cool. It's really cool. And I mean, you don't have any, you have no limits. I mean, you can add it on cooldowns. I can even go in here and add a new one from template. We could create an icon default. We can pick an ability. So we can choose, we could choose Frenzied Regeneration. We will know. Now I can choose only show the aura when the ability is on cooldown. Always shows the aura, turns blue when it's efficient resources. Tracks the charge and buff, highlights while buff is active. So for example, this one here is quite cool. So it's now showing that it's not ready. It's blue because it's not ready. But when it's ready, it will show how many charges, for example, we have. So you can see right now we have 1 charge. Now we have 2 charges. And it's blue because we don't have enough resources. So now I have enough resources, so it's normal color. And it shows it's active right now. Now it's off. Now it's active again. And now it's blue again because it's on cooldown. Well, because I didn't have enough resources. So now I will be able to see, okay, I'm not able to use, you could say, frenzied regeneration right now, so I have to wait for this. And of course you don't have to put it up here, you could also just put it down somewhere, like down here or something, or you can have an icon here. It's pretty cool. Then you have all this stuff here. So we have frenzied regeneration. I mean, we can add a new one, icon, default, ability, survival instinct. Put it over here. Yeah, so as you can see, basically right now we're seeing all this stuff here at the bottom of my screen. Looks amazing. Moonfire, Trash, Ironfire, Frenzied Regeneration, and we can see when the abilities are ready again. So it's quite cool. It's really cool. So again, as said before, WeakAuras is not really, it's not making you better. It's helping to make you better on understanding the cooldowns and the duration of your spell. It's showing you how to be better, I would say. It's like a training one. Probably after you have used this add-on for like a month, you probably now know, okay, you will get in behind the brain how long your dot is and when you should refresh. But maybe you also like to just have this add-on active because you will be able to see all this information, and that's quite cool. But there's no limit. You can add progress bars. You can create groups that will automatically go up and down. You can even create a module of a figure in here, a progress bar, icons, text if you just want some text saying use the spell now or something. And you can use it on anything. You can use it on buffs, debuffs, abilities, even traits or resources and shapeshift forms. So no limits at all. You can just do whatever you want, I would say. So I hope this little guide here was helpful for you. I mean, this add-on here is quite cool, and when I main a class and I'm really happy for that class, I'm in love with this add-on because I can set up a lot of things that helps me play the class. So definitely recommending this add-on. Did I just say class? But definitely recommending this add-on. It's great, it's cool, and I think there's a reason for why this add-on is right now the second most downloaded add-on right now. I mean, just look at what it can do, so that is quite amazing. Definitely. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and well, have a awesome night and stay awesome. So see you next episode. Cheers.